Alright, Long Live the Queen is probably the most dramatic episode of this season so far. So let's start with the main stuff. So, Korra and Asami have been captured by the Earth Queen's forces, while Mako and Bolin have bing captured by the Red Lotus, Zahir and his crew. Anyway, Zahir and his crew arrive at Ba Sing Se to talk with the Earth Queen. Their plan is simple. They know that the Earth Queen is bringing the Avatar. The Earth Queen has captured the Avatar, and they're just waiting for her. So Zahir says, but the Queen wants to know where her airbenders have gone. Zahir knows where they are. So he says, look, okay, we're going to make a deal. You give me the Avatar, I'll give you your airbenders. But we still don't know what it is they want to do yet. And hijinks ensue. Bolin gets a... What do you know? Gazan actually does speak in this show. Bolin tries to get to know him, and he says this like 3 things, like, you grew mustache at age 10, you were raised by this person, and there's some mutual affection between you and Minghua. And Gazan's like, 2 out of 3, good job. But then they're gagged, and I was like, oh man, curse that character development, we don't need it. But you know, we do get some nice lines between them. Anyways, Korra and Asami are stuck on this airship just in the middle of the desert, really. They manage to break free, and so yeah, we don't get 50 Shades of Bending really isn't coming. I only say that because the 50 Shades of Grey trailer was released and all that. Yeah, okay, everyone is making that joke. Like her, like, Silence of the Lambs style, strapped down. I love it, she's like, can I have some water? No. You can't have rocks or fire. But I don't know what we're going to do about air, though. Guest starring in this episode is Danny Kaufman. Or, wait, what's his name? Oh, is his name Danny Kaufman, I think? Or, hold on, let me see this. Sorry, I want to get the name of this actor right. David Kaufman. David Kaufman was in actually a lot of shows. Danny Phantom, Superman the Animated Series, and a couple other shows I like. Anyways, he plays one of the prison guards, and it's pretty cool. So it's basically just Korra, Asami, and these 4 other guys. You get to know like 2 of them, the captain and whoever. But they crash this airship in the middle of nowhere, and they're sort of like, look, it doesn't matter which side we're on and who's after who, we're all stuck here. So we can either just work together, or we're all fucked. Basically, the Grey style, but the Grey in the desert. Except there's no lions chasing them. Well, actually, there is a sand shark. They think is a spirit, but it's actually just a giant sand shark. Let's see here. I do find it weird, because the captain mentioned, like, what Korra was saying. Korra was talking about the spirit world and some other crazy things. And the captain's like, ugh, you say we're crazy. I'm thinking, like, Korra leaving the portals open, wouldn't that be big news or something? I don't know. Moving on. So they finally get the ship working, and then, holy Jesus, sand shark attacks! And it's just like, what the hell? So they think, okay, well, the ship is fucked just after we got it working. So they're like, let's just build a raft, or like a sand thing, raft or whatever. So yeah. Also on the trail is Lin Beifong gets to the Spirit Oasis, and then she finds Naga and Pabu. Then she radios Tonrock, saying like, "Hey, get down here now." Meanwhile, Bolin and Mako, they're in prison. Like Earth Queen just imprisoned them. They meet this really colorful prison mate. He's just like, I haven't seen my family and 5 kids in 4 years. It's like, wow, really? You know, it was good for a few months. It was good for maybe a month, and I'm like, I really miss them. I'm like, what? That's pretty funny. Anyways, Mako's trying to get Bolin to metal bend, but it goes as well as you think. And this finally raised a question of, you know, if firebenders are in prison, why don't they just melt the bars? Apparently, melting bars is a lot harder than we realize. Anyways, Zahir learns that Korra has escaped, so Okay, he does the most diabolical thing I can think of, and this is something like whenever, like, when I was younger, me and my friends would be like, what kind of bender would you like to be? My friend's like, I want to be an airbender because you just suck the air out of people. And I thought, well, has anyone ever done that? Oh boy, howdy. Zahir bends the air out of her lungs and murders the Earth Queen. Is that a first death on screen? Well, it's not like an on-screen death, but you see her face, like, losing all air, and you see it happen. You see the air, like, coming out of her. It's really grim, and it's gonna stay in a few nightmares tonight. But I just didn't really expect him to go that far, or that to actually happen. But he's basically doing the whole thing, introduce a little anarchy, upset the established order. Like I said, I think they must have taken the creators must have taken some inspiration from the Joker, because this guy is all about anarchy. And Ba Sing Se goes into anarchy, and Gazan destroys the wall. I don't mean like Earth bends it down, I mean destroys it. Like a good 100-foot section of it. And Ba Sing Se just goes into utter chaos. And Zahir frees Bolin and Mako, and they're like, look, I don't want to capture you, I just want to talk to you. And then, well, that's where that ends. We don't really see what happens, probably next episode. And then Korra and Asami and the four Earth Nation people, or Earth Kingdom people, or 4 people that are working for the Earth Queen, they get back to the Spirit Oasis, and then they're like, you know what? I don't really care what was between us. You helped us, and you helped us, so let's just call it even. And they're like, hey, is that a dragon? And I was like, woo, dragon. And then we see Zuko! Which was very exciting. We also see Tonrock, and how the fuck did he get in the desert so fast? I was just thinking, I don't care how fast that dragon is. There's no way he could have gotten to that desert so fast. So yeah, and then Korra's finally brought up to speed that, the Earth Queen has been murdered and Ba Sing Se is in total anarchy. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, just a nice, solid episode, really. It kind of feels like there's a few too many things going on, like they're trying to balance it out. It works, and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I would have liked because I don't know. I would have liked a few more like Asami and Korra bits, just the two talking. But given the circumstances, no real time for talking. They almost get eaten by this sand shark, and Korra just firebends into its mouth, and they just ride the surf. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, we get a little more personality with Zahir and his gang, the Red Lotus. And yeah, Gazan actually does speak. Bolin still can't metal bend. But I'm curious where this is going to go. We got 3 episodes left. We get 1 episode next week and 2 episodes in 2 weeks. So, should be good. Should lead to something interesting. But apart from that, that's all I have to say. What did you guys think of the episode? I thought it was just a great episode. A little more faster pace. The action's good. The fight scenes are good. And just woof, death by airbending. I can think of how all the other ways that the other forms, like firebending, just burn you or fry you with lightning. Earthbending, I'm going to crush you with a rock. Waterbending, I'm going to drown you or slit your throat with ice. Airbending, I'm going to bend the air out of your lungs. I'm still curious if we're going to get a what's it called? Sub-element for airbending. Because every element kind of has that. Like firebending has, well, there's firebending, lightning, and combustion bending. I think there's someone at the door. Okay, well, I'll talk about more of this later. Okay, earthbending has, earthbending, metal bending. Alright, see you later. Bye.